A side lying Bretzel is another great stretch to get into your thoracic spine as well as your hip flexor. So another twofer, if you will. For this one, you will need gear or towels. Honestly, you could probably roll those up and use them for this purpose. But to start, I'll show you on the left side first. You're going to take your foam roller. Well, first of all, you're going to lay on your side and extend your left arm out in front of you. Rest your head on a mat or towels. And then with this knee, it's important that you have it at 90 degrees straight out from the hip, resting on the foam roller. You're going to start, just for setup purposes, with your bottom leg straight out to the wall under you. From this position, go ahead and take your left hand, put it on top of your right knee. You're going to use this to help you keep your knee down on the foam roller. So as you perform this stretch, if you're super tight or moderately tight, your knee might want to come up off the roller. And we're going to use this just to make sure our hips stay square and in place. So from this position, you're going to then bend your left leg and grab your foot behind your body. It'll be a little easier to see when I flip over on the other side, but to get your hip flexor in this stretch, you're going to squeeze your glutes forward so that you can feel a stretch down the hip flexor on the left side of your body. You want to make sure that your knee is pointed straight down towards the wall there. You might feel a little stretch in your quad as well as your hip flexor. That just means you need it. But make sure your knee is pointing straight down. Once we're all set up here, knee is still attached to foam roller. Left knee is still pointing straight down and you're squeezing your glutes forward. We're going to take our head and rotate over our top shoulder, like so. And then you just hold that position for about 60 seconds. So you should feel this. Once you rotate your head, you should feel it in your thoracic spine, maybe even across your chest here, and in your hip flexor, and maybe even down the front of your quad on that bottom leg. While you're in this position, you want to relax. So think about your deep belly breaths, where you want to get away from chest breathing. Breathe big, deep belly breaths into your core. And then with each exhale, think about pushing this shoulder closer towards the mat. I have not met a person ever who could lay it on the mat, but I'm sure they're out there somewhere, but it's not me. I will go ahead and switch around so you can see setup from the other angle. You're going to very gracefully roll over. Take your foam roller to the other side. Again, get this top knee at 90 degrees. Hold it down with the opposite arm, so in this case the right hand. Then you're going to take the top arm, grab the bottom leg, and in this setup you'll be able to see a lot better. This knee needs to be pointed straight down, and you want to squeeze your glutes forward so that you feel a stretch on the hip flexor and on the top of the quad on this leg. So from here, you're going to go ahead and rest the head down, and then rotate to this side. Again, thinking about deep belly breaths once you're in position, still squeezing your glutes forward to get your hip flexor stretch, and with each exhale, thinking about dropping the shoulder closer and closer to the floor. This is another stretch that in the beginning you might hate it, but after a few times you really grow to love it. It's a good one.